welcome to 12 Days of COP. My name's Andrea Edwards, and we've been in the UK, we've gone to Norway, and now we're in Africa, in Kenya. And I'm so delighted to welcome Timothy Negwa. I know I've got it right this time, right? And he is the African representative for Rethinking Choices. And you're thrilled to be part of all of this. So let's just start, Timothy, with who you are, what you care about, and why you do what you do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andrea, for having me here. My name is Timothy Ndegwa, as you just said, and currently working with Rethinking Choices as a global outreach. And it's been an amazing journey, I would say. My background is finance. I've done financial engineering, and I practiced it for 2 years, and then shifted to this environment space where I've worked with uh, another organization where I was the partnership manager, and that's where we met with David. Uh, during his visit here in Kenya, and after that, the rest is history. Here we are, and uh, other than that, I volunteer as an environmental marshal in the World Rally Championship here in Kenya
Yeah.
during the Safari Rallies. So environment for me is something that it's dear to me. Other than my day-to-day job, it's also something that I have at I passionately do it. So yeah, that's me, and looking forward to have an engaging conversation, an interesting one. Thank you, Adria.
So, no, it's really good to have you. It's really good to hear finance people moving over into the climate and the environment space. So, for you, what was it that drew you? What is it? Something that you were seeing in your environment around you? Was it the news? What drove you to make that move?
Okay, what made me try? What got me here is during my volunteer at World Rally Championship. Then I used to volunteer as in the finance docket, and it was at this time when Safari Rally, for a very long time, had not been to Kenya because we had not fulfilled the FIA standards on matters to do with environment. So
Hmm.
we were tasked, and the then President Uhuru Kenyatta uh, wanted the rally to come to Kenya. So we were tasked to learn about the FIA environmental standards and see how we can implement them.
Hmm.
So it was a rigorous activity where we had to research, do proposals, and whatnot, which finally we were able to, uh, you know, get to understand what the FI environmental standards are. And it was through that Safari Rally was brought to Kenya. So that's where my passion for environment started after doing the research and everything. That's when
Yeah.
I started having that desire, to explore this field. So that's
Yeah.
how, and then the rest is history.
So what's the event, or it's called the Safari? What
Safari
did you
Rally,
say? Safari
Safari Rally,
Murray. And
Safari
what is
Rally,
that?
motorsport. It's a motorsport.
Ah,
Uh,
right. Okay. Yeah.
it's when rally motorsport companies. We talk about Toyota. We talk about Ford. They come and rally. They come and compete as a way of trying to market themselves. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then, as far as like the community around you, in Kenya, the awareness. What's it like? In many parts of the world where I don't know, so many, especially in the wealthy countries, they're not experiencing the terror that's happening on the front lines. And I was talking to people recently, and I think a lot of people in Western countries, wealthy countries, they're still speaking climate and biodiversity loss from a theoretical perspective.
Yeah.
But then when you live in the global south, like we both do, we're actually seeing it before
Mm.
our eyes, the impacts of what's happening, and it's increasing. So, what's it like on the ground for you? What are you seeing?
Uh, I think awareness, as you've put it, is one of the biggest niche in my previous work. Uh, I was more involved in creating awareness. So we had this online platform that businesses would come and showcase what they're doing on
Yeah,
in the sustainability field, and also We'll also highlight the stories that the grassroots communities are doing. Uh, that includes the success story and also the challenges that they're facing. So, and it was during that time that I understood, or rather, I came to the reality that indeed there are people out here who are facing dire repercussions as far as the effects of climate change is concerned. And most people here, for example, from where I am, most people practice farming. And so you have this farmer who have this is what he has brought up his family with, the farming activity. And you realize that they he or she faces three consecutive drought, and he can't put food on the table, and it becomes so dire that at some point they go out starting asking for relief food. So but now they, they can't be able to comprehend what is actually happening. They don't know what is resulting to them not lacking rain. So, and
Yeah.
that's when I realized that awareness is key. Letting them know that the reason as to why you've not been experiencing rainfall, and that's making you not be able to have produce during these 3 seasons. It's because uh, we have fossil fuel, we've polluted our environment, we've cut down trees and whatnot. And in their realization of what has caused that, you see the enthusiast uh, from them to try and restore nature. And that for
Yeah.
me is something so I think I held so dear, seeing a 70-year-old granny, mobilizing people to plant trees, knowing that
Yeah.
she might not benefit from that tree, but for the sake of nature, for the sake of generations to come, she has to do what ought to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's something that's really prevalent for me across the global south is, we all take it for granted that we've got technology, we're able to talk. The people who can't listen to us are the people on the front lines. They don't have access to technology, they don't have mobile technology, so they're not able to even be aware of what's going on in the wider world. So fantastic work that you're doing.
Yeah.
Um, so it's for you. What does it's for you mean to you?
Uh, it's for you, for me, means that, you know, uh, bringing it home. Like, just at times we work, at times we earn, we go to work and we engage in activities which, probably we are doing. So, for example, case in scenario, uh, I had campus buddies who we schooled with, and they they were not happy about the course because probably it was recommended by the parent, so they were
Right.
not doing it for them. They were doing it for the
Mm,
parent. And after we
mm,
graduated, they explored a different line of career. So it's for you. It's we're inviting people to do the things that relate with them at an individual level. And one of the things that we're inviting people to do is to redirect their spending. And during these 12 days of COP, whereby I I don't have to probably fly to Dubai, but I can use those resources to the people that I feel they are making the world a better place for everyone. So more than that includes that that woman who sells tomatoes next to the road. It's because that is a person I have a personal relationship. I've developed a personal relationship with. So when I
mm.
direct my resources to her project, it's for her, it's for me, because in case I have anything, in case maybe I have a problem, she could be the one among the first people I can reach out to. And also, a lot of people are doing amazing stuff that end up not being highlighted. So and that calls for people to um, know that it's for you now. It highlights those things, highlights those things to the world at a global scale, and we're giving them that opportunity to share those amazing stories they're doing as far as conserving the environment is concerned. And that's why we are calling it. It's for you. It's about
Yeah.
the things that really matter to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. And the idea of, the lady selling tomatoes by the side of the road because you have a relationship with her, but versus buying from the big chains where the profits may not even stay in the country, right? But
Yeah.
that the simplicity of that message, we've got to, if we're in Western countries where we go to farmers markets rather than going to the supermarket,
Yeah.
Any I have friends who've got fashion boutiques, buying from them rather than the big brands. Anything you can do to support the local business. And and then there's the other side, and I love the concept of the dignity that's at the center of It's For You. That's something that really resonated with me. Does it resonate with you too?
Yes. Because we say that it has to start from dignity. Dignity is what gives us our identity, if I may use that word. And bringing it to context is that, like right now, I've just read a tweet that UAE, that's in Dubai, they've committed 100 million USD to loss and damage fund. And to me, however much it might sound a reason to marry, for me, it doesn't make sense because the money, quote unquote, is meant to rob nature dignity. Because they've given that money, they will continue exploring oil. And it's just the same way that, for example, if I can be able to infringe pain on you and give you something small, then I rob you the dignity. So any other time I want to infringe pain on you, I will do it because I can pay for that. And it will continue for forever and forever. And that is the scenario that we are in right now. That's where the world is right now. That the biggest polluters, they're just dropping a pinch of their revenues, to try and sort of gain the privilege to continue polluting the environment. So from where I stand is that we should allow nature have its dignity. We should preserve its dignity. We shouldn't compromise it. That's the same way you can't put a price tag on your mother. It's the same way we ought not to put a price tag on our mother nature. Let's preserve its dignity.
Yeah. No, I love that. All right. So how can people get involved with It's For You and, being part of this program and spreading a broader message to the world to, it's not about hope. It's about positivity and remembering what we're fighting for, right?
Yeah. So how can people get involved? Again, as we've said, it's for you. So on what you do on a day-to-day basis. For example, I could maybe be engaged in activities. Maybe I'm selling my merchandise, and as a way of marketing it, I post those. I take posts. I have my social media platforms. So one way you can be able to engage is that on your social media posts, you can include the hashtag It's For You, so that you can be able to attract as many people as you can. Also, during this time, on the 12 days of COP, you can be able to redirect your spending, as I had said earlier. Uh, you know the people that you think are making this world a better place. So you can choose to redirect your spending. We were talking with the Chief Environment Officer, Safari Hari, and she shared with us an amazing thing that she pledged to do during these 12 days of COP. She said that she will not fuel her car and use those funds and channel them to a project in Mathare slum, to just and improve their lives. So that is one way that you can do that. That's one way you can explore. Direct your spending to the people you feel that they really matter and they need the money and they're exploring a worthy cause for the planet. Also, you can share the good things, the initiatives that you're doing. You can highlight them, help you upscale them during these 12 days of COP, where we get to highlight them because, again, many stories end up not being told, and we are there to ensure that, every voice counts as far as, taking care of environment is concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. That absolutely perfect. And I think was the first point you raised. Really raising your voice, speaking up, sharing a message, talking about what you're doing, and just the idea that for 12 days, if everyone just focused on putting their money where there's real value and supporting the people, but also support the people like Timothy who are out there really fighting. I think that's another thing that we can all do, support the activists, support the people on the ground doing the hard work. So we've been really quick here today, but is there anything you want to leave everybody with before we say goodbye?
So maybe just to invite us all uh, to a story given by Nobel Prize winner 204, Wangari Maathai, and she
Mm.
gave this story about the hummingbird. The story goes that there was fire that broke. It's a Japanese story. So the story goes that there was fire that broke in this forest, and all the animals were running for their lives. And there was this small bird called the hummingbird, which would go down the stream, the river, and use its beak to try and put the fire down. Whereas other animals, the likes of elephants, with huge trunk which would have carried huge amount of water, were just there watching their home coming down, being burned down. And as this small bird was, making many rounds, down the stream to the forest, using its small beak to carry water, these animals asked this bird, "What do you think you're doing?" And it is the response that this bird gave to the animals that has always kept me moving. And the response was, "It's at least I'm doing something." And that should be our attitude, irrespective of our social status in the community, irrespective of our age. There is that one thing that you can do to make sure that we have a sustainable and conducive environment. So get that one thing that you can do to improve the environment and pursue it. Thank you so much. It's been nice, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice too. So everyone be a hummingbird.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. And we need to save them too. All right, Timothy, it's really great to speak to you. Thank you so much.
You're much welcome.
And good luck. I hope it's an amazing 12 days of COP for the whole team. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.